we are going to add a UV sphere. Now let's duplicate it, then add a decimate modifier to one of them. Unsubdivide 4 times. And apply the modifier. We are going to use the low poly one for simulation, and we are going to replace it in the end with the high poly one. Let's name them properly, so we can easily select them. Let's add some materials to the spheres. We have to add 2 materials. One is going to be our base material, and the second one will be the target material. You can name it whatever you want. In my case, I will go with the name red, and I'm going to change the color to red. Also, I'll change the color of the base material to yellow, just to see the difference later when we set up the effect. Now let's move our high poly sphere outside. We need it later. Now select our low poly sphere and go to the Easy RB Pro add-on in the duplicate panel in the count type 25. Select the sphere and press X positive. With all spheres selected, type in the count 50 and press Y positive. Now select any random sphere from the duplicates and press Instances. This will convert them all to instances and link them. This option is huge for saving memory when rendering. Now hide our high poly. We don't need it now. And let's select all the instances and maybe throw them in a collection to stay organized. Now let's move them above the X-axis a bit and center them. Nice. Let's add a RB ground and hide it. Select one sphere and press E, select by name. In the RB Physics panel, press RB Active to add them to the rigid body simulation. Change the collision type to sphere for faster simulation. Press Alt while doing that to make the change apply to all of them. Also, while pressing Alt, I want to change the value of speed loss and rotation loss to a higher value to reduce the movement of the spheres. I don't want them jumping all over the place when we make the effect. Now in the Bake panel, let's enable Split Impulse. Also reduce the simulation steps to 5 for faster simulations. Now, as you see, our spheres are dropping due to gravity, so our simulation is working. Let's move on. I want to add an empty. And let's scale it a bit so we can see it. Now I'm going to move it in a zigzag and keyframe it every 30 frames. You can follow me. Just make sure the empty is touching the spheres. Now in the Kinematics panel, enable Scale. It's a new option in the Easy RB Pro add-on. You will see all these new settings. Let's set the range of the effect to 3 meters. All objects in this range will be affected. In the target scale, we set it to 2.5. For the smoothness, we leave it as it is. And let's randomize the scale by setting this value to 1. For the max hits, we set it to 1, which means the objects will be affected 1 time when they interact with the empty. Now, with the empty selected, press Set Effector and play the simulation. You will see the spheres scale when the empty hits them. But we see that their scale resets when they leave the range of 3 meters. To make them keep the scale, we enable Freeze Scale option. And let's press Set Effector again. Make sure the same empty is selected. Now you can see that the spheres keep the target scale when they leave the range. It's such a beautiful effect. It can be used on any object, not just spheres. By using low poly objects in the simulation, we ensure that it runs fast. Now let's enable Change Material to make the spheres change their material when they enter the range of the empty. In the material name, we have to type our target material. You can just copy and paste the name. For me, I just copy and paste the same name, red. Let's select the empty again and press Set Effector to update the effect. You will see that the objects change their material on the hit, but they don't keep the material. Don't worry, we also have settings for that. We just have to enable Freeze Material and press Set Effector again. I want to mention that changing the material in this effect is a bit heavy. While doing it, we will see a big slowdown, but when we bake the effect, it will run smooth, so don't worry. As you see now, the objects keep the material we set, but the material change happen at the same time when the scale happens, which can be your desired effect. However, we have an option to offset the material from the scale. For example, if we set the offset material to 15, it will offset the material change from the scale by 15 frames, which gives us a more unique effect. Now you can see that the objects change their materials on impact before the scale catches up 15 frames later. Now for this effect, let's just set it to 4 frames. And always press Set Effector after each setting change to update the effect. Now I want to contain the spheres inside a box. So let's add a cube and scale it until all the objects fit inside it. Make sure to leave a small gap between the cube and the spheres. We want the spheres to collide with the box, but don't forget that they are also colliding with the ground. We want the cube just for its side faces. Now remove the upper face. And add Rigid Body Passive and change the collision type to Mesh. Very important. Now we can see that the spheres collide correctly with the box. I'll mention again that the simulation is running slow because of the material changes, but that will be fixed after we bake the effect. I think it's time to bake the effect. So let's press Bake Effect button. This will take some time to finish. I want to mention that now we are just baking the scale effect and the material change, and we are not baking the physics part. When the bake is finished, you will see that the material and the effect are running smooth in the viewport. Now it's time to bake the physics. In the Bake panel, press Bake. Let's unhide our high poly. We need it now. Make sure not to change its scale or rotation. It has to match the low poly in the same scale and rotation. Now let's select a random sphere from our low poly spheres. Press E and select All by name. All our low poly spheres are selected. Now we have to bake them again, but this time we are going to bake them to keyframes, using this Bake action plus VK button. This may take a few minutes, so don't panic if Blender seems stuck. It's just processing in the background. Let it finish. And I promise you, this is the last time we bake this simulation. First, we bake the effect, then we bake the physics, and finally we bake everything to keyframes. We have to do it in separate parts because I don't want to crash Blender. And please make sure to bake them in order. Otherwise, you might run into crashes if you try to bake the physics without baking the effect first. When it is finished, you will see that all the objects have keyframes, and you will see that the simulation is running very smooth. Now select all the low poly again, and lastly select the high poly. Make sure it is the last one selected. Now press the Replace Objects button. Now you see that we successfully replaced the low poly with the high poly. This technique is very important to simulate a huge amount of objects without sacrificing time and resources. Trying to simulate high poly objects can be very slow in Blender. In our case, it's just a sphere, but this technique is useful in other cases. We are going to make some examples in future tutorials. For now, our effect is finished. We just have to set up the camera and improve the materials. Let's add and place the camera like this. By the way, there are a lot of effects you can create with this system. We just gave you a small demo. You can even make the objects affected by multiple empties with different scale and material settings. I'll probably make another tutorial about that very soon. But for now, you can just follow this tutorial and enjoy the results. And if you run into any problems, feel free to reach out in my Discord server. Let's also unhide our RB ground. You can set the resolution to 1920 by 960. I'm going to use cycles to render, so feel free to copy my settings. Now I'm going to set up the lighting and improve the materials so we can make our effect look good. I will speed up the video a bit to save time, but you can still follow the material setup. It's very easy to follow. I hope you enjoyed this effect and this tutorial. And if you haven't bought Easy RB Pro yet, what are you doing? Go grab it, link in the description. One more last tip: when you try to render this effect, it's better to enable motion blur. It will make the transition a bit smooth. So yeah, that was our tutorial for today using EasyRB Pro, bringing some new physics to Blender. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.